What up, everybody? We're already to the Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 mid-season finale, dropping on June 5th. Then we got a whole 2-month break because the second part isn't airing until September 6th. Because of that, this mid-season finale is going to have to hit different and be more like an actual season finale given the 2-month wait. And this isn't a situation like The Shy either, where they had to resume filming because of the writer's strike, because Book 2 was already done filming prior to that. But at the same time, part of the reason why there's a 2-month break could be to bridge some of the time gap between the conclusion of Book 2 and the premiere of Force that was affected by the writer's strike. But with that said, Power's already had some really good mid-season finales without a break recently, with Raising Kanan Season 3 Episode 5 ending with the supposed death of Unique after getting beat by Ronnie. In Force Season 2 Episode 5 there was the death of Walter Flynn. And in Book 2 Season 3 Episode 5 it was the death of Lorenzo Tejada, in addition to the fact that it was revealed to Tariq that Lauren was alive and Effie tried killing her. Because of that, and the fact this is the final season of Book 2, I am expecting a major character death in this mid-season finale as well. I said last month that I wouldn't base any of my videos off of the supposed leak episode descriptions, because the fact there's been a lot of fake description for Power shows on the internet going back as recently as Raising Kanan Season 3. But at the same time, I did save those descriptions, and even though they weren't the official descriptions, they have been accurate so far. So with that said, this could give us an idea of who could potentially be getting killed in episode 405. Tariq, Braden, Noma, Carter, and all of the Tejadas are all mentioned in the episode descriptions for part 2 of season 4. Not guaranteeing that those episode descriptions will be accurate for the second half of the season, but since they were accurate for part 1, I'm guessing that they will be. The first character who could be getting Christmas canceled on the mid-season finale would be Davis McLean. Keep in mind there's been so many comparisons between his character and Joe Proctor since he was first introduced. And the parallels have continued all the way from season 1 to season 4, with Tariq manipulating the situation for Davis to become Tasha's lawyer in the first place. Like Ghost used Joe's baby mother Lindsay's coke addiction to get Joe to be his lawyer. The parallels continued this season as well, as Davis got his law license suspended. Just like Proctor got his suspended for representing both Ghost and Tommy, what the court said was a conflict of interest, like Davis representing both Tariq and Tasha. Could the parallels continue with Davis dying in the mid-season finale of the final season, just like Proctor died in the mid-season finale of season 6 of Power, episode 605, titled King's Gambit? Proctor was killed by Tommy after he found out that Proctor was a snitch. Personally, I was waiting for Proctor to catch a bullet from the time he saved that laptop as a way to have leverage against Ghost and Tommy if anything ever went down. And now they've started to make a lot of Braden and Tommy comparisons this season. So could Braden be the one to take out Davis? Either though Braden doesn't have a motive that we know about right now, it could still always be revealed that Davis is into some shady business. Episode 2, Carter offered Davis an opportunity to get his law license back, but Davis shut him down. Is there any chance that Davis met back up with Carter off screen and decided to cooperate? Could Davis even be wearing a wire as he meets up with Tariq and Zion, and when he said, "Let's go get these bricks" in episode 3? And at the same time, keep in mind that Braden is using powder and skimming off the top for L, doing both these behind Tariq's back. Could Davis find this out and say he's going to tell Tariq, and Braden, being all coked out, kills Davis? It is a chance, but I think if Davis was to get killed off, it would most likely be by Noma. Because either though we don't know all the details of what Tariq has Davis doing with Noma, he is working with her and trying to play her some type of way. And like MJG once said, take heed the mistake you just made thinking a player could get played. This might be Davis's death trap. because the episode 5 trailer has Tariq telling Brayden that Noma knows everything. And it also shows Kane fighting Zion. Everything is about to be blown up next episode. Could this also include Davis McLean getting killed in the process for trying to manipulate Noma? And she might already even be onto him and end up playing him as he thinks he's about to get some. Kane or Noma would then take him out, similar to how Kanan took out Diego Jimenez in Power. The other main character who I think could be getting killed off this episode is Effie. Effie's role in episode 4 was almost non-existent. This is after getting played by Tariq in episode 3, and Kane and her ending their short-lived relationship when he figured out that Tariq had something to do with what happened, and Effie accusing Kane of fucking Noma. And even though it hadn't happened at that point, it did. And in episode 4, Kane only got that much closer to Noma when he decided to align himself with her over Monet. So where does this leave Effie now? Her character description for season 3 is pretty much complete also, because it pretty much just talks about how she blew her chance to go to Stanford to help Kane. And even though she is still trying to get to Stanford, I don't think she's going to do the same thing twice. And the fact that Kane knows that Effie has an exit strategy and they aren't on the best terms right now, could he tell Noma about this? And if he does, did Effie foreshadow her own death in episode 2 when she told Diana that with Noma, you're either in or you're out with a bullet? And there's also a chance that Noma finds out about how Effie had a relationship with Kane, and that maybe Kane still has feelings for Effie, and Noma could kill Effie out of jealousy. Not to even mention, it was originally Effie's plan to target Anya in the first place. So concerning characters who could die in the mid-season finale, if I was betting, my money would be on Davis and Effie. At the same time, I also think that Tasha could get killed in the next episode also, because the episode 5 trailer has Tariq telling Brayden that he has to get revenge. Another clip had Tariq saying he wanted more than revenge. Is he talking about revenge from them targeting his mother, or does something else happen this episode that has him talking like that? Then also keep in mind that the season 4 trailer has Tariq saying that he must become the apex predator, and that he has to use all of Ghost, the good and the bad. Up till this point, Tariq still hates Ghost and despises anyone even mentioning Ghost to him. What all could change in this episode? Could it be the death of the one Tariq loves the most, his mother, Tasha St. Patrick? Personally, I hope not, because Tasha is a power goat and one of my favorite power characters. But at the same time, I do have to admit there is a chance. And if Tasha does go, for me personally, that's going to hit harder than any other death on Powered at this point. And only Tariq dying would hit harder for me. But Tariq could potentially bring Tasha's death upon her himself by targeting Anya, as we saw him buying her a drink in episode 4. And we also know from the season 4 promos that he's going to hook up with Anya in episode 5. If Noma finds out about this, she could send somebody to kill Tasha. But the problem with this is the fact that she doesn't have Tasha's Witsec address. And even if Kane was somehow able to access one of the letters that were sent in season 3, Tasha has since been moved. So with that said, if Tasha's going to get killed in episode 5, Don Carter would most likely be involved in some type of way, either by doing it himself to send a message to Tariq, but he doesn't seem like the type who would get his hands dirty like that. Carter would most likely be the one who gives Tasha's address to Noma, Kane, or possibly even Drew. And sticking with Carter, in episode 1, when Carter was introduced, it showed that he had some kind of history with Paz Valdez. Could Paz try to take matters into her own hands and show up at Truth, or whatever club Tariq is at, where he has the gun pointed at somebody in the trailer, and Tariq would smoke Paz, sending her to see the rest of her family? Keep it in mind that she did initially show up at Truth to kill Ghost about Angela. How much more distraught is she going to be about losing her son and now having nobody left? And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.